Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Orwig or Miss Ashley. This is specifically for the kids in 7th period who are absent or who came into the class late that need to finish their basic beats worksheet level 1. The goal for this is to learn about quarter notes, half notes, whole notes, quarter rests, half rests, whole rests, and eighth notes and eighth rests. So we're just going to be writing in the counts. And as we go through it, I'm literally just going to do it for you, follow along, fill it in on your worksheet, and then there's just two little other things that we're going to talk about when we have a note that gets held out or a rest, which is written at the bottom of your paper with rests in parentheses, and this scoop-de-doop underneath the notes that are held out. So this is essentially your cheat sheet video for your worksheets and your homework. So take advantage, please. Now, your time signature is 4/4, which means that there's 4 beats in every measure, and that the quarter note gets the beat. And the quarter note is this guy right there. So every time you see a quarter note, that gets 1 beat, and that has to count to 4 in every measure. So you see the very first measure, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that there's a bar line right here, the measure has to start over. So now we're starting on 1 again. 1, 2. This is a half note. That gets 2 beats. 1, 2. We're not going to start over at 1 because we didn't hit a bar line yet. So we're going to keep counting up to 3. 3, 4. Another scoop-de-doop. So you know that 3 and 4 are both connected to that half note. Now we're hitting another bar line right here. So we have to start back over at number 1. Quarter notes are worth 1 beat. So 1, 2. And half notes 2 beat. 3, 4. And the scoops just really help us differentiate which number goes to which rhythm. Otherwise, it might start to get a little bit blurred. Does everybody do this? No. But it's a good way to just kind of make sure we understand the material. When you get really good at this and super fast on it, who cares if you put it in parentheses or if you have the scoops? This is really just for me to make sure that you understand what you're doing. You understand that it is a rest and it is silent, or if the note gets held out. So that's really all I'm looking for here. When I can see that you do that, then I don't care if you put the scoops or the parentheses. Okay, next measure. Bar line. Start over at 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Now we have our first whole note. This is the only note in the measure, and it receives 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a scoop underneath the whole thing. Next measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Boom. First line done. Next line, we have eighth notes. These guys are worth a half a beat each. So that's a half, 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 a half. Add it all up and you get 4. So it still needs to equal 4 beats. If your numbers are not adding up to 4, something is wrong. When you are writing in your eighth notes, the first eighth note is going to be the number of where you're at in the measure, if it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4. And the next eighth note is going to be the second half of the beat because they're worth a half a beat. So this is the first half of the beat, and this is the second half of the beat. So we're going to call that and it's going to be a plus sign, and. So that's beat 1, 1, and. Now we can go to our next beat, which is 2. That's the first half of beat 2. Here's the second half, and. 1, and, 2, and, 3, and, 4, and. 1, and, 2, and, 3, and, 4, and. 1, 2, 3, and, 4, and. 1, and, 2, and, 3, and, 4, and. 1, 2, 3, and, 4, and. 1, and, 2, and, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, 4. Very steady tempo, eighth notes the whole way, getting the same amount, very consistent. Half notes still get 2 beats, quarter notes still get 1 beat. Okay, in the next line we're going to start to add in some rests. So I kind of gave you a little helper right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh, 2, 3, 4. That means we don't play anything there. We're resting for 4 beats. It's going to be silent. Then we have 1, 2. Now these little Z's, you can go Z and then make a C right underneath. Those are called quarter rests. I go like this. That's how I make mine. Everybody's is kind of a little bit different. They can't ever be printer perfect like this. They're never consistent. But they're going to go in parentheses because it's silent. It's quiet. It still exists. It's still there. So we're going to show it that it's there by putting it in parentheses. So this is 3, 4, and because they're quiet, it needs to go in parentheses because it's quiet. Bar line, we're going to start over. 1, 2, and here we have a half rests. Now half rests go above the line and they get 2 beats, and whole rests go below the line and they get 4 beats. So 3, 4, still do our scoop and in parentheses. Okay, we have eighth rests here. Those get half a beat. Just like our eighth notes get a half a beat, our eighth rests get a half a beat. So you have 1 and 2 and in parentheses because it's quiet. 3 and 4 and in parentheses because it's quiet. 1, here's our quarter rest on beat 2. 3 and our quarter rest on beat 4. 2 and 4 are quiet, they're in parentheses. So our line here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh, shh, shh. 1, 2, shh, 1, 2, shh, 1 and shh, 3 and shh, 1, shh, 3, shh, shh, 2, shh. Ooh, I shushed this, but this is a half note that gets 2 beats. That was oopsies, and that's okay to make oopsies. Now you see I'm doing this in pen. We should really be doing this in pencil, but I trust myself enough to do it in pen. But just know that everybody makes mistakes, and if you do it in pen, just make sure that's an erasable pen, because 9 times out of 10, it's never going to be perfect, and even I'm going to make mistakes. Like I just did. I accidentally shushed this half note instead of holding it out. It's just going to happen, because we're human, and it's okay. Just make sure you write it in pencil. Okay, next line. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is a shh. We have a half rest here that's worth 2 beats. 3, and then a quarter rest on beat 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and shh, shh, 3, shh. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and the and of beat 4 is quiet. So it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Shh. Just a little tiny quiet. It's really only just the very beginning of beat 4 you're playing, and then it's just kind of shorter. So 1 and quiet, 2 and 3 and 4. And that just looks silly. It's kind of just tedious to write out. It's not hard, it's just tedious. Making sure you get your ands in parentheses. And the next measure, it's going to be reversed. Instead of the ands in parentheses being quiet, now the downbeat, the numbers are going to be in parentheses. 1 is quiet, now it's a rest, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So we're playing on the downbeat. Now we're playing on the offbeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So we have syncopated rhythms, and we're playing on the downbeat here. We have 1, rest on beat 2, 3, rest on beat 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're resting the whole measure here. So I'm just going to put all those rests in parentheses, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's done. And it seems like a lot of time that I just spent on that. What was it? How long am I recording for? 10 minutes, but I talked a lot. If I didn't talk, this would probably only take me 2 minutes to fill out. So it's not bad once you get the hang of it. I'll put it back up at the top. Just tedious. And that is Basic Beats Level 1.